gotta stop giving these people so much power, you know? Like, we gotta take the power back. Take the power back. Somehow, some way, you know? Like, take back the power.
Real eyes realize real lies. Just another proof from the Just Another Truth show. Facts from the stats to attract. You can vibe in your mind, cause everyone on this alleged glow was flat out lied to. The host with the most, Amanda GD. On the panel we got that flat fellow in BV. If you're down with the truth, then stay tuned and see it, because the earth is about as round as a flat screen TV. You look across a pond, tell me what you observe. Going right along the surface, not a bend or a curve. And Earth's supposed to be mainly liquid, at least 2/3. So don't believe we're on the ball no matter what you heard. And the boat going over the horizon is unlikely. Your camera phone with a zoom could bring you right back. A high altitude balloon can help you sightsee. The mainstream media fish eyes, your eyes hacked. Ask Robert Simmons, Photoshop wizard, he's a witness. There is no real Earth from space. Picture how we got an atmosphere without a solid glass ceiling. Gases must escape to space, it's thermodynamics, physics. Listen, gravity is fake. You know how much force it would take to keep all the water from floating away? Every building, every car could just be standing in place. But in the moment, butterflies could flap their wings and escape. Take a jet and tell me if the nose ain't going straight. If we're really on a globe in 30 minutes, we'll be 80,000 miles off the surface, spending half the year searching for the Big Dipper, cause it's on the other side of space. And if the Earth's spinning 16.7 miles a minute, how a drone could sit and hover, stay in the same position. Realize, realize, realize. Just another proof from the Just Another Truth show, you feel me? Just another proof from the Just Another Truth show, you feel me? Proof. Just another proof from the Just Another Truth show, you feel me?
What is up? Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigos? How's it going? Happy Wednesday. Hello, 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 everybody. Is it Wednesday? Shit, I don't even fucking know.
Wednesday.
Oh, it is.
You thought I forgot.
Mike.
Mike.
Check.
Are we
Nah, the one where he goes, hump day.
Hump day. It's hump day. That's true. That one was it, the camel. Hey man, look man, it's hump day. Get it? Hump day. That's funny. I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
Hump day is Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
I guess,
yeah.
right? So they say. I mean, the week's 7 weeks. There's 7 days in a week, right? But why is Wednesday the middle one when Thursday should be the middle one? Right?
yeah, exactly.
You know.
But they're counting that in the week, in the 5-day week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. These are just the random thoughts that go through my mind sometimes because I'm a random person. Hi, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
Really good, actually. Pretty good considering. I'll explain that later on in the show.
We'll explain.
I had a little run-in with one of your major biker gangs. And
Oh yes, he told us the story. You guys, you're gonna hear about it later for sure, huh?
Yep.
Tommy,
So,
how you doing, babe?
I
love it. I hate it and I love it because it's all I get from you. Can I get something? Anything at all? Just the I. It's all right. I like it.
I'm I.
Smart ass.
Exactly.
Again, I love it.
I
I love it. Awesome. All right. What's up, everybody? Sorry we missed you guys yesterday. Everybody needs a day off, and so we ran a little movie documentary over on the DLive and Twitch. For the ones who did show up and say hello, thanks for hanging out with us.
that was a good one.
It
That
was
a good one.
I saw that about a year and a half ago. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Out of Shadow documentary. It's a great one. It's good. That one kind of blew my mind when I first saw it. It was.
No. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you a question. On Twitch, does that replay? So people need to, if DLive, they don't catch the DLive. If they go to our Twitch, then they'll be able to see our recent thing. So,
You could see back to, I think, about 5 days on both.
Okay.
So you can watch our
live
replays
also?
over there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can watch our replays over there. We're pushing to try to get to 200 subs over on DLive. So please go sub. Please go sub over on DLive. It's very important because if I get to 200, we could do reruns, and then I could rerun the shows that we previously played, or clips from shows that we previously played, or clips from other shows that we want to watch again. It doesn't matter. We can play reruns. It's kind of a big deal. So get your asses over to DLive and Twitch, please. I'm begging you at this point. We have been so with the freaking over here.
We absolutely need you guys to do this because they've been knocking down all our channels left and right.
Oh yeah.
So, and we don't want to do that to that Fat Fellow's channel.
Yes.
So that's why we're jumping over here tonight, and
because we're out of
hopefully,
YouTube jail here.
yeah, and we don't want to put him in that. So
absolutely not.
We seriously need to be moving. People need to be going over to those platforms also, and then sooner or later we're going to just move. That's our plan. We just want to get off YouTube because we cannot speak our minds here.
Exactly.
We can't.
Exactly. The censorship is just BS. I feel like I'm 5 years old, and my parents are telling me that I can't say bad words. It's not. I'm an adult. I don't want to have to, watch my language and what I say here, But,
No, exactly, when it's a truth, and we're just trying to push the truth, and then they ban you or kick you or put you in jail. So when we go to those other platforms, you guys can actually hear us free flow the way we want to, and it's nothing like here. It's literally it is like here, but it's a little bit different. Once we move over to those platforms, we no longer have to censor the things. Like tonight, we wanted to talk about some things and we couldn't. So because of all the wording, even in the video, will trigger it.
Right.
So we had to stay away from that, and that ruined half of what we wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So people, please
help us out
and go to those other places. And
over there.
Hey, can you put a link in there real quick for both those?
The link is also in the description. But here, I will go ahead and post another link right there. This is our DLive. Go sub it right now. Just kidding. Whenever you get a chance. And this is our Twitch account. So please go sub that as well.
And we're also looking at other platforms also.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. We have Tommy brought up a really cool one today that seems pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a look at, but you could do live streams over there. I'm not gonna say the name of it because I don't want that to get in trouble, but I'm gonna go ahead and post this right here. Is this logo right here? It's called, I'm just gonna say it, brand new too, and it's very much like what we're dealing with right here on this platform. So we're gonna look into this one and maybe go over there as well. So wait, be ready for that.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you able to stream on both at the same time? That's the question.
No, because what my problem is now is that I don't like to pay for platforms if I don't need to. I try to stick with the free stuff of all platforms.
Yep.
Restream, if you want, I could spend like another $15 a month, and it'll be like a ton of unlimited channels. If we get a little bit bigger, maybe, if the support comes pouring in, then and people really like what we're doing, then absolutely we will be doing that for sure. I think it's important, no matter where we go, no matter where we're streaming at, that you guys are getting whatever you want out of us, and we get to do what we love to do, which is come on here and see you guys and talk what we want to talk about. So it's important. It's very important to us that you go and sub these other channels, please. Please.
It's not only that, it's when we decide to move over, you guys can actually hear and see the content that we really want to play, but we can't.
Yes, exactly.
And that content is very, very strong, and it shows everything.
Yes.
And we're trying to get it here, but we kept getting strikes anytime we show anything. So now we're limited. So we're getting ready to move over to those platforms. Literally do a whole Twitch, and then we might do something like a 20 to 30 minute video or where we start here and then we move over there. And I think that's where we've been talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I jumped the gun and said something.
I was actually just about to say the same thing. We have some ideas in the works where we're going to run the show here on this platform for about 20 minutes, get you guys on and say hello, and then we're cutting the cord here and going over to the other platforms that we have, because that's just the way it's got to be, and it's unfortunate. I know that a lot of you, you follow other truther channels or other channels that speak controversial or conspiracy-like stuff, and they're all doing the same thing. They're all getting either completely shadow banned, deleted, 100% censored, or they're just not there anymore. So I know we're familiar with these other platforms and how we need to go and where we need to go. So yeah, we have things in the works.
We need to try to make it, we're trying to make it so that it's unlike some of those other platforms where you have to subscribe and pay. We're trying to make it so that you don't have to do that. And it's getting to the point where all these platforms are being shut down one at a time, and I'm afraid at some point we're going to have to either start our own website and pay for the ability to live stream and video stream and the whole 9 yards, which that costs money. And right now everybody's going broke. So, well, 90% of us, I should say. Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm sure the elite class don't have any say in that.
No,
the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, right?
They're sitting there in their high level places. Their houses made out of brick or big stone, or they're fortified and everything, and we're living in our stick built homes and everything else, and we're worrying about food and how to get diapers, and they're worried about nothing.
Zero. They have no worries in the world. Oh, is this makeup okay on my face? Bleh.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Whatever. Anyways, yeah, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
go.
We do that all the time. No, I was just gonna, conclude that and say that we do appreciate everybody on here, and we love you guys so much. It is interesting too when we do shows on, on Tommy's channel, we have like a crap ton of people in the chat, and then we do shows over here on the main channel or on the backup channel. It seems like our numbers are a little bit lower, so share the show out. We do appreciate it. Let everybody know what's the working plans. We are also going to be starting to do more structured shows where we're actually talking about one topic that I know we've said it a few times before in past shows, that we want to just specifically, start talking about, certain topics that are really important. And so we're going to get back on a structured level. Also, our timestamp, I know we've been kind of all over the place. We started the show saying that we wanted to just do whatever time. Well, we have to be realistic. We have to we all have to work together, the three of us, on our timestamps. So the times will not be changing, but they'll be more structured.
Yes.
And
yes.
So
we're thinking, gonna try.
Yeah, we're thinking 6 p.m. every night Pacific Standard Time is going to be our slot. And we'll start maybe even doing more of a structured day-to-day kind of thing too. We'll figure it out and let you guys know for sure. Yeah. So I just want to announce that too.
Even if we end up taking a break, we'll do a show on like we've been doing a documentary or something. That way, the following show we can start by addressing what was in that thing, or like I was suggesting before, where we do a stream of either movies or documentaries, and then talk about what they're doing and what they're, what's going on in them, especially like the movies and how the propaganda is, and all that.
And we'll be able to freely do that over on the other platforms. So
exactly. I can't wait. I cannot wait until I can speak my mind completely.
I know, because we just got out of YouTube jail on this channel, and so we're just gonna keep it as cool as we can. So with that said, again, we love you guys. Thank you for letting us, explain that to you. And we're just trying to make a better show for the whole world. We want the whole world to have a better show. But
We do.
we do. We really do. We really do because we care. Because caring is caring. Sharing is caring. Caring. Whatever. You know what I mean. All right. Let's get into a few of the topics that we wanted to start off with. And of course, we're going to watch what we say. But one of them is this video right here. And this is just, you know what? And I'm going to say it before we even play it. I'm going to say it before we play it. These are the thoughts and opinions of others. We are just literally putting our own thoughts and opinions on top of this content. We are not promoting anything. We are not doctors. We are not medical professionals. We are not any of those things. We are merely just expressing our free speech because it is America still. And anyways, I just wanted to get that out really quick. This is actually pretty cool because this guy is like going against some of the things that are happening, as we know, especially with what you see on this gentleman's face. And we want to go ahead and play this and because this is what's going on. And I'm going to have some more stuff after this, so let's check this out real quick. And of course,
I want to do my part to
damn,
reduce food waste.
I always try to make this go away, but here we go. Here we go.
Well, would I be able to call my lawyer then before we make a determination?
I will not be speaking with your lawyer.
No, I'm calling my lawyer.
Okay.
Here I am trying to push the button to unmute
You know
it,
what?
and it's
I don't
on
give
your
a shit.
show.
I'm gonna go to a COVID jail.
It's hilarious.
I was told that the locks had been removed from the doors. Did you hear that?
I'm sorry?
The locks have been removed from the doors.
Walks.
Locks, like deadbolts.
Not really.
So that hasn't been the case here?
No.
Okay. So I'm
I think every
standing
time
in
he says
Calgary Airport
the
and
bad word, I'm gonna
there's
bleep him.
absolutely nobody. I told them that I don't want to take a invasive test because I know I have a right to a non-invasive test. And public health, Justin Trudeau's lackeys, they just left. They fled when I called my lawyer. They just disappeared. Watch this.
So this is who you would ask the questions to.
Great.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry for public health.
Great. Just the people I wanted to talk to. I've been told that I have to get a test.
Yep.
And I understand the Quarantine Act says that I can refuse a foreign object being put in my body. It's section 14.1 of the Quarantine Act, screening technology. It says any qualified person authorized by the minister may, to determine whether a traveler has a communicable disease or symptoms of one, use any screening technology authorized by the minister that does not involve the entry into the traveler's body of any instrument or other foreign body. So I would like to not
do the test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
That's your prerogative. We put it out to local law enforcement to see if they're going to take any action for non-compliance, that we put that in their hands.
Sure.
All we do is just then flag you as being non-compliant with the current laws that are in place, but we are in no way able to force anything like you said that's into your body.
But that's
never
the
be able to do that.
But that's the law. So why would law enforcement be able to penalize me for following the law and practicing my rights to not accept this?
Well, because this is a public health emergency order put in place that to protect the public health, we are testing all international travelers.
It says you have the right to do that. You just don't have the right to do it with an object going into my body. If there's any, way to.
Currently, we don't have any non-invasive tests.
Okay. You don't have any non-invasive tests?
No.
That's not my problem.
So I don't know what else I can say to you. You've read the Quarantine Act.
Yeah.
And if you've read the Quarantine Act, you are also aware of the enforcement actions that can be taken in non-compliance issues. So really your actions are in your hands. And whatever you do decide to do, we just follow up as per our operations. So if you are non-compliant, then we do have to flag you up.
Well, would I be able to call my lawyer then before we make a determination?
I will not be speaking with your lawyer.
No, I'm calling my lawyer.
Okay.
So now I'm standing here.
So that's pretty much all I wanted to really show is that he told him what was up. said something about his lawyer, and that's when they just said no. You know, it's like they try to enforce these rules until you start getting more legally, like, on their butts about it. You know.
Once you show them the laws and how they're breaking them, then they have to back off. Now the sad part is that they're pushing this agenda. Unless you're on it and understand it, then you're gonna fall for these things. And like him, he just addressed what's true and what's false, what's on law and what's not on law, and they couldn't do nothing about it. And as soon as he said, "I'm calling my lawyers,"
he's like,
they already
right
know
away,
right
he
there.
said, "I don't want to speak to your lawyer." He's like, "Of course you don't."
Yep, and then they walked away. That was it. That's the same thing that happened when I was in Wally World. There's certain things I can't say it the way I did before. So I went in and I refused to wear the face covering, and I got approached, and then I retorted with, "It's not a law, it's a mandate," and went forth from there. And then I showed him a little thing that shows $75,000 for the first fine for even asking a disabled person. You can get fined.
Right.
And $150,000 second one. As soon as he saw that, he goes, "This conversation's over. You can go."
Yeah.
And literally everybody behind me took off their face coverings. Everybody.
It just gets,
After they heard that conversation.
yeah, it's just getting to the point now where you literally have to walk around with a stack of papers and explaining to these people who think that they're, obeying a law, which isn't a law at all. It's just a mandate. And if you look up the word mandate, it doesn't mean what they, people think it does. It's just making sure that people are following an order. It's not even a rule. It's like I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't think of it right now, but it's
a rule, but there's no penal code.
Right. It's just the word I'm looking for. A suggestion. You know what I mean? Ordinance. Thank you. So it's not even that big of a deal, right? People can't be forcing these other things on each other. It's, again, insane. But
Yeah, but if you don't know the information, then they can force it and make it seem like it's right. And that's what they do. They use intimidation.
It's a psychological thing.
That's why when I went into Wally World and I did what I did, they had this big bouncer guy out there, like, for intimidation. And here I am, 140 pounds and soaking wet, and I have this great big beard, and I have this cane, and I got my my brace on, and here I am in this guy's face telling him the laws, and like, "You need to learn your laws, buddy. Here, let me show you the laws." And as soon as you get that deep with these people, they can't argue.
Right.
They can't.
Yep. That's why I have to give a big shout out to like Flat Earth Fokker, Mac out there. There's a few others too, but that are putting themselves on the line, but they're learning the laws of where they're at, and they're learning all these things, because then they're equipped with the power to come into these places and not just to defy the ordinance or to defy the mandate or anything like that, but just to educate people, because that's the biggest thing. You have to educate yourself and educate others, because right now people don't understand. They're just complying, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
With that said, I want to play this other video really quick. This is, I don't know if anybody in the chat knows who this is, but allegedly Dave. He is another one of those FE kind of heroes. He did a lot of activism back in the
Back in the day.
Yep.
Back when I started.
Yeah.
I started in 2012. And it took off in 2015 through 17. That's when it really took off.
Yeah. And they did the FE, tour around the UK. They did a whole bunch of stuff. And so every time he posts something new, I'm always like, oh, I gotta watch it, because I love the guy. So let's get into that really quick too, and we'll be right back.
Let me see. Hang on, so I've just got to check.
Okay.
Okay, right, yeah. Give me a second.
Have you made a co-host?
Yes, he's got this. He's got it.
Oh, okay.
Just a reminder that we are on Black Culture Radio, and all the W's blackcultureradio.com.
In Seaford, and we'll see what happens. Right. I don't actually. I'm exempt.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
Yes.
What I'm going to do
Can I?
is I'm going to get you a lanyard. Okay.
Well, can I confirm with you?
Yeah.
Notice
that
the
you're
guy
saying
right there
I
on
can't
the left
go
doesn't
in
have one on.
Yeah.
without an exemption card.
Something that says that you're exempt.
Okay.
So we've got some lanyards here.
Can I show you something
that we can give you, so you can wear it while you're around the shop, sir?
Well, I
And
just
then
want
you
to.
won't have to do anything.
Okay, I just want to show you something.
Yep.
Actually, bear with me a second.
No problem.
Right. So first of all, I take it you're registered with the SIA.
Yes. Yep.
Right. Okay. Cool.
You can't take my details as GDPR. You're not allowed to do that.
No, well, I can ask you for your details.
You can ask and I can refuse. So therefore, that's GDPR.
That's what I'm saying, right, Truth?
Well, because here is the code of conduct.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is about unlawfully discriminating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's your.
Yeah, I'm not discriminating about you, so I'm just asking if you are exempt. Please wear something to tell the people in the store you're exempt. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
I don't need to see proof. Don't need to see why.
Here is the government's advice about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going by the company policy, sir.
It's not about company policy. It's about the law.
It is, sir.
About the law.
It's about company. Right, I'm going to record this conversation.
Well, please do.
Because
Okay, and please do. Okay, because. Bear with me a second.
Can you call duty paid? Can you ask duty manager to come to the kiosk, please? Can you get a duty manager to come to the kiosk?
Sorry, I couldn't hold the camera and the thing all at the same time. Guidance for this is the cabinet office. Okay?
Yeah.
Guidance for face covering exemptions. It is not mandatory for an individual to wear a visual cue to outline that they're exempt.
No, it's not. No, I don't disagree with you.
Once an individual has said they are not able exempt, you must take their word and allow them to continue. Verbal confirmation alone is enough. You must not ask for proof.
Which I haven't asked for proof.
Well, that's what this.
No, I'm just asking you to wear a lanyard so that it shows people that you are exempt, so that when you're in the store, no one will be asking you every 5 minutes, do you have a mask or anything, sir? So it's for your benefit, not for my benefit. So when you go into any shop, you have a lanyard on, then no one will ask you about a mask.
Well, I don't care if anybody asks me. That's the point.
Well, no, but that's why we're doing it, sir, because the company policy is that if you don't wear a mask, you don't have a lanyard, you don't get served. Simple. Go ahead. That's it. So all we're asking you to do is wear a lanyard, which I'm quite happy to provide for you.
This is great because, you know...
I'm quite happy to provide a lanyard for you, sir.
Right, well, this is the point, because the government is going against, or this company is going against government guidelines.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, sir.
On the basis of somebody who's acting as health minister, asking, because the law has not been changed.
No, it's not the law.
Right, but you told me last time.
The law is you have to wear a mask in the shop.
Last time you told me.
I didn't tell you
that. It was
that.
a law. Or Ben Thompson did. One of the two.
Yeah, so it wasn't me. So please get your facts right before you start.
Well, I didn't record it. So
yeah, the fact of the matter is, the company policy is, unless you can, not proof, because we don't need proof, but we're asking people to wear a lanyard so that when they're in the store, people do not come up to you and start saying things.
Right. Well, that again, this is a change from the last time I was here, where you actually said, right, that you need proof.
No, I never. No one ever said you need proof.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You said
no.
Because I went through this with you.
Yeah, we never said we needed proof. We asked for something to identify that you are exempt. That was all. Like a lanyard
and
or
I said,
a card.
and I said, you know, so all I have to do is go online and print this thing off,
Exactly.
and that will
That's
be proof
exactly
to you.
right.
You said, well,
Correct,
we
sir.
need proof.
Correct, sir. That's all you need to do.
Well,
And we've got lanyards here that we're more than happy to give you.
Right. Well, I'm just wanting to confirm, right, that you're not going to let me in without me showing some visual cue.
We're asking, you know, we let people in the first time, and then if they come back without a visual, once we've asked them to get one,
Well, that's
once
not
they
what
come
happened because I wasn't allowed in last time.
Well, that was down to them. That's not down to me.
No, it's down to both of you. You stopped me. You called the manager.
Well, I don't recall that conversation last time.
No, of course you don't.
Nothing about that conversation. I'm telling you how it is now. We're quite happy to let you shop now.
Because it's the reason I'm back here.
But next time, we will ask you to wear a lanyard. We don't need proof. We don't want to know what's wrong with you. We don't. That's none of our business. And you're correcting what you're saying. That is nothing to do with us.
Well, this is again. When I came in here last time,
no way.
I was not correcting anything that I was saying.
No way did I say anything about asking for proof. Not in a million years.
Then why wasn't I allowed to go in?
Because the company policy is.
I know about company policy. It's not about company policy. Yeah. None of this is about company policy.
Is there a manager coming or not?
You seem flexing.
All I'm saying, sir, is a visual, something visual to say that you are exempt, so that when you're in the store, no one is going to hassle you or keep asking you if you have a mask. That's all I'm saying. I don't see what the issue is. We're quite happy to even give you one.
Okay. Well, because
I don't know what your issue is,
you know what, I stood here, all right, and I was embarrassed by you two, right, basically refusing me entry into the shop, right, and it really pissed me off. And I said at the time that I will be back about this.
Right, I'm not fine. I'm just trying to explain to you, sir, what the company policy is.
I know what the company policy is.
I'm quite happy to offer you a lanyard.
I'm also, and I'll probably accept that. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you cannot do this, company policy or not. Okay. When I was in last year and Ben Thompson stood there, he told me this is the law. Okay. He said that, and I literally looked up. What, you know, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe this is the law. But this actually says, Health Secretary urges stores to act after ministers refuse to change the law. Okay? No law was changed.
Okay, so what? So listen, I apologise, obviously I've just come into this quite cold.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going on. So is your issue today about today or is it about another day?
It's about both, today and another day.
Okay, so what?
I came in about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right, without a mask, I'm exempt. I said to this guy, I'm exempt. He said, no, you can't come in, no mask.
No, I didn't say that.
You can't. You haven't got lanyard. Okay, he's right.
I'm recording this anyway.
He said, you haven't got, if you haven't got one of these cards, exemption cards, you can't come in. I said, well, I'm exempt. I don't need to have an exemption card. He said, yes, you do. So I said, well, according to the law, it says you don't.
My understanding that the company policy is that whatever the poster says outside is that we ask if you're exempt, and if you say we are, we just have to take your word that you are.
Exactly, but that's not what happened.
So
I was turned away in front of everybody
but
here.
That was early days. Obviously, don't forget.
It was a week ago or so.
Yeah, but don't forget. It's a bit. Everything's moving at such a fast pace. 1 minute we're saying to people, we can't enforce wearing a mask, and then the next minute, okay, what the health secretary said on there is slightly different message to what we're getting, but obviously the fact remains is that things are sort of moving quite quickly. So first of all, it came out saying that we must insist that everybody wear masks, and that's what the message that these guys have got. And then obviously, then we heard another message saying we can ask, and if they say I'm exempt, we can't enforce it. You're exempt, and we can't ask the reasons why.
Which is what I was saying the first time I arrived.
But then what we do is ask to give you a.
Well, again, when I came in last time,
we didn't have the lanyard.
Yeah. Do you mind me finishing what I'm trying to say?
No, because you're telling lies.
No, I'm not telling lies.
You are.
Right? If anyone's telling lies here, sir.
Well, anyway, what can we do?
Because I was turned away last time.
We were turned away, yes, because you were getting abused.
What?
But anyway, I'll bring you a lanyard, sir.
Bring Mr. Thompson here, and we'll see.
I can't get with him, man, because he's on a conference call on a Google Meet. So I don't want to drag him out of that meeting, right? So ultimately, we need to conclude what we want to do here today. Okay, you know, Kevin is in a difficult position because he has to try and enforce it. So the question is, if customers don't know that you're exempt, you know, so they'll come up to Kevin and say, that man over there is wearing not wearing a mask. He doesn't know the reason why he don't want to wear one. We don't want to know the reason, but he's trying to enforce it as best he can. So is this young man here. So we all got to work together on it.
Right, I understand, but as I said, he just lied and said I was abusive. I was respectful, every point of our conversation last time, you're the one now who's getting abusive because I'm holding you to your code of conduct right now.
I've done is I've given you a lanyard and you're shouting me down.
I just want to go shopping.
You're shouting me down because I'm offering you a lanyard.
Be quiet, sir.
That was a
Be
satisfying
quiet,
moment.
sir. I'm trying to talk.
Did you want a lanyard, sir?
Well,
it's up to you.
Right
You
now,
can't
well,
enforce it.
we're gonna go a little further with this, yeah. Right. I'm gonna go shopping today, right? But we're going further with this, right?
Okay, well that's all right, isn't it? So my best suggestion would to, if you feel you need to, obviously, if you have an issue with what we've said and done, then obviously that's entirely up to you. That's entirely up to you. We've only followed the guidelines that we've said. Okay. Now, if you feel that we've been rude or whatever you want to say, that's your prerogative. But equally, it's always a difficult situation because Kevin will only react to how he's being treated himself. So, it's one word against the other. So
sure.
If you want to put, and obviously the reason why he has that recorded on it, so you can see it's all been recorded.
Sure, he didn't record it last time.
It's not really. Eventually, all that happened was I ended up going into the shop without a mask or without a lanyard or without anything. And oops, am I still sharing?
No, you're right.
So there you go. More debacle from the world out there. But I love Dave. I love Allegedly Dave. Big shout out to him.
I gotta say something, okay?
Go for it.
Now, okay, this lanyard they're talking about, okay? They're passing it from person to person to person to person. So either they're giving you a new lanyard or they're supposedly cleaning them off somehow, which I bet they're not. So we need to get a message to him to either have him see their, hey, can I see where you're bringing these from? And you know what I mean? Have somebody else go in before him and literally do that and then see where they put it. And then have him, as they record it, have him record where they're pulling them from to see if they're cleaning them or not. Cleaning, okay? Right. My fingers just went up, guys. You guys can't see that, but
air quotes.
Yeah. So they're cleaning them supposedly, and you know what I mean. Who knows what they're putting on this stuff? When I walked into Wally World one day, they were spraying these things with a blower, like a leaf blower, and I don't know what's in those chemicals, and they're literally spraying it and just leaving it on there. So me and my wife walk up, I'm like, can you wipe that down? They're like, we just put that stuff on there, so it should be all good. I'm like, no, I don't know what's in that. Do you know what's in it? They're like, no, we just spray it. I said, exactly.
Exactly.
I'm like, so you don't know what you're putting on, and now you're asking me to use it. And so I literally went around to outside, grabbed one that was on the outside, brought it back in. I said, this is how bad it's getting, to where I have to go outside and grab one because we don't know what's in what you're putting on. Period. Just like we don't know what is really done because they've never what's the word I'm looking for? They've never verified, not verified. I can't think of it right now. They never there's something about the test. They never darn it, I can't think of the name.
Shit, you're having one of you're pulling a me right now.
Yeah, where they have to darn it, I can't say it. Somebody in the chat, tell me what word I'm looking for. Not verify, but it hasn't been. I can't think of it. Come on, Tommy.
It's blind. The second word, I forget what it is. Where they give the placebo to half and then.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about
blind study?
Postulate?
Well, it's not only that, but it's.
Trial studies? That's what FEAR said.
Anyway, we'll just move on. We'll move on. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking too that I don't think that there's the possibility that they were talking about that he has to have this permanent lanyard around his neck. Like he has to wear, again, it's another identification process. It's like
papers.
To me it sounds like let's put a big scarlet letter around your neck saying that, don't be afraid of me because I'm not wearing this, because this is my exemption card. It's like, wow, it's like literally putting a big huge target on somebody's back.
Exactly.
When it comes to this stuff, and it's all it's doing is it's demonizing somebody, or it's just making somebody look like you're like this huge asshole when you're not. You're just trying to be a normal person again and not have to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah,
right.
They're trying to make it so that we look like the crazy nutters.
Right.
And
put your lanyard on.
I had my buddy. We were talking today, and this is the one that I had told you that he. Matter of fact, I didn't send him a link, but he pointed something out to me today. He goes. I had my. He had somebody reminded him, or however the conversation went, where he goes, do you remember that movie 2012? And I'm like, yeah. And I go, the one with Woody Harrelson playing? He's like, yep. I said, okay, well, now go on. He goes, you're that dude. He goes, you're the one that would be laughing as that wave is coming, going, I told you so. I told you, and laughing as the oncoming thing happens. I literally am going to be that guy that.
While you're chilling in your sailboat that you just built, you're just like, all right, let's go.
yeah. Or even here at home, I'm going to be laughing as I'm passing away. I'm literally, I don't care how much pain I'm in, I'm literally going to be saying, thank you. You just sent me home. It's, I'm just saying, it's one of those things where at the very end of things, you're going to, at least me, I know I'm going home.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried.
Right. I mean, it sucks that we have to come to that conclusion, because it is that simple. It's like, okay, once we're done. We don't have to worry about any of this shit anymore, But it's like, I don't know. I'm just getting to the point now with this world that I have to just laugh. You have to laugh it off. You have to look at it and go, wow. I said in the chat, I watched this video earlier today on TikTok, and it was this chick who rolled up in a Starbucks drive-thru. She looks over at the guy, and the guy's like, excuse me, ma'am, do you have a face diaper? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, you need to put one on. She's like, oh, I don't have one. And he's like, well, let me give you one. And she's like, why don't you just hand me my drink? And he's like, well, I can't until you do that. So you're going to hand me my drink, or one of the face diapers, but you can't hand me my drink? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, she's like, how does that make any fucking sense? It doesn't make any fucking sense. This is just becoming ridiculous now. And
so at the drive-thrus, they're making people wear these things as they're pulling up, correct? Mm-hmm. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. They're like telling people that are pulling up to pay for their drink, even though they get the little bucket out and you put your card in the bucket and they take it and then they pick up the card and they swipe it and they put it back in the bucket and then hand it to you. Like, that does anything.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, telling this lady that she can't have her drink until she puts one of those on, and it's like, just hand me my drink. How fucking dumb is this? How fucking dumb is it?
On top of that, let me link something to that, okay? When we go to Wally World or all these places that make you wear that, some of them make you wear it, okay? Now, here I am wearing this thing. Now I got to slide my credit card through the machine, and then I have to physically touch the buttons, okay? So if I'm physically touching the buttons and somebody accidentally sneezes or something on the machine, I don't see none. This is another flag. I'm going to put up a list of things that are, I think we should do it on our channel, on Discord, where there's a list of things that are wrong. Like, like that, for instance. And to the fact where on that one is that everybody's using this thing. They're not cleaning it off. If this was real, they're not cleaning it off. Here's another one, okay, on top of it, that I tell everybody. As soon as this thing started going off in China, okay, as soon as it started going off, China.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. As soon as it started going off, they were talking about it here and how they wanted to fix things up. So I started watching my garbage men picking up trash. Yes.
Why aren't they wearing hazmat suits when they are literally using, they're funneling contaminated stuff? Yes, we know.
They could be.
It's all
right.
ridiculous. It's all ridiculous.
Yep.
The whole thing. We all know this. Okay. So, sorry to cut you off there, babe, but let's go into our first music break, and then we'll continue the conversation about that for a second. And then we're gonna put some plugs out there for some upcoming events that are happening soon. And that's going to be fun. And we're going to kind of change the subject a little bit because, whatever. But I do want to have like one more little bit of a discussion about it because apparently in the U.S., some states are pulling their heads out of their ass finally. So we'll get into that in just a second. Be right back, guys.
I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means, on infiltration instead of invasion.
You have all the money in the world, you have all the power you need. What's the point? What's the end goal? He said the end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society.
Ultraviolet, body in the garden. The tower's falling, love in the summertime. Ooh, yeah, yeah. And I'm unified, feeling oh so unified. In the lockdown, in the lockdown. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Every day, it's a gift. That's why we call it the present. We were born on the garden of Earth, with flowers growing, little birds chirping. I was in the garden just having a laugh, till I met a monster cross my path. Hey guys, do you want some ultra light? I could get you lit up one of two ways. What's it gonna be, man? What's it gonna be, man? Say it, I feel like the whole world was begging me to rain fire above upon my enemies, till the love washed over me, till I let the love wash over me. Say it, I forgot the whole world begging me to rain fire above upon my enemies, till the love washed over me, till I let the love wash over me every day. It's a gift, that's why we call it the present. Every day. It's a gift, that's why we call it the present.
Britney Spears, can we be saved?
We were going in a direction that was irreversible. This was not an election. This was a revolution. This was irregular warfare at its finest. We have what we call citizen journalists. We have an army of digital soldiers. You're here because you've made a decision about something in your life. You can't sit back. You have a responsibility. We must. You have to fight for this country.
He's going to be Bill.
day. is a gift.
All right. And we back. We back. Let's do a quick shout out to the chat room. Thank you guys always for hanging out with us. So let's get into this real quick. Truth Exposed. Hi, how you doing? FEAR. Hello, my dear. Thanks for hanging out with us, babe. Free Flow. Vinny in the house. And we got Rose. What's going on? A plain existence. Hello, hon. How you doing? Who else we got up in here? Oh, Magical Mystery. How you doing, hon? Thanks for hanging out. It's just us people tonight. Just us. It's just us. That's okay. That's all right. Sometimes we need a little, just the small community of us awesomenesses. Yeah, I made up a word. You love it. Don't worry. It's gonna be all right.
Hey, that's what most words are now anyway, because of
Right,
LOL.
just made up fucking words, right? You
Yep,
know, why
exactly.
not?
That's a new English.
That is. It's the slangish, right? It's slangish.
English, whatever. We call it broken English in Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. No, you know what? Broken English in Hawaii is way better than what I'm talking, because right now I'm just talking slurish.
Yeah. You know, one thing I did notice about that video, and that was that guy that's speaking and saying that we have video or
Digital
a whole
soldiers.
Yeah, digital soldiers.
That's
He's
General
talking about
Flynn. That's General Flynn.
us. Yeah, and he's talking about us.
I know.
And he's telling us that we need to step up and do what we got to do. However,
yes,
there's a flip side to that. Now, I'm just being honest. This is something that I tell people, like, when I wake them up, I explain to them also, if you decide not to take certain things, you're not going to be able to do certain things. So you got to always tell somebody the flip side. It's like when I wake them up, I explain to them, now that you're woken up and you decide not to take the jab, this is what could be coming on soon. And then when I tell them that, at first they're like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this. Wait. But then later on they come back saying, you're right. It's do or die. And that's what it is. And earlier we were talking about us having to wear something or have something to prove.
A lanyard.
That's like a lanyard. That's just like wearing a thing around you that shows who you are.
A lanyard is literally like a necklace that just has a badge on it. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yep, it's the same thing that they had to wear back in the Nazi days. That you had to wear on your so it's the same thing.
The same thing. Same thing. But we have good news though. Let's get into the good news though. There are some states in this crazy world right now who are saying F all the bull S, BS, bull S, whatever you want to say it. Fuck the bullshit. I'm just going to say it. These states right here are done. They're done with all of it, right? And so shout out to them. I know a lot of you probably in the chat have already heard about Texas governor. He's probably getting a lot of ridicule from all the Karens out there, but that's okay. But he's opened up his state. He's like, I'm done. And I don't know about you, but I'm probably one of the people on the list that's like raising their hands, like, who's moving to Texas, right? As a joke. But
you could do it a different way. You could go to your sheriff with a bunch of people and say, this is what they're doing over there because they know this is wrong.
Right.
Exactly.
So what's up
here? Are you
here?
going to follow us?
Right.
Like, this is what we did in our town beforehand. Okay. I took a group of about 20 to 30 people up to the police station, and I asked to speak to the sheriff, and I'm not wearing a face diaper, and he comes out not wearing one. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's on the same page. But I explained to him, I'm like, hey, with what's coming on, I said, the people want to help support you guys. I said, but if you're going to start fighting against the people, I said, we are the people. And I said, there's a lot more of us than there is you. And then I said, this ain't a warning. This isn't I'm not threatening. We're just letting you know that in a small community like this, we all know each other's families. So if our families get touched, your families get touched. I said, that's all I wanted to say. There's no threats, there's no nothing. And that's when he turned around and he said, hey, you're free to speak your mind and say what you got to say. I said, I just wanted to make sure this was all addressed. Oh, and in the very first place, I came in and I said, this is being recorded and put on Facebook. So when I did that, that changes their tone totally.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and I'm hoping that changes things, but I don't think it will, because at some point they're going to come door to door.
You get enough people, and you hit your capitals, and you hit your legislation and all these places. You could be screaming at the top of the roofs for nothing, But if you get the more people you get out there to tell them, like, look, this is BS, and you need to change this, which people are doing it all the time, and I commend those people. Where I'm at in the state that I'm from, they're going to be the last on the list. But like I was showing here on the list, if you are in these states, you are good to go. So we have South Dakota, and we have Arizona, Alaska, Florida, Texas, Georgia, Idaho, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma. I mean, these are like what, South Carolina, Tennessee, Wyoming. There's a few others though that are following suit. Like most of them, I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong. This is like the Bible Belt, kind of, right? Sorta.
No, here, I gotta do a devil's advocate on this one. It just became a thought. Okay, now what if they do what they're doing, so they make a certain couple states like that, so everybody flocks to those states?
Well, maybe. I was thinking that too. But I want to be hypocritical, or not hypocritical. I want to be hopium. I want to be on that hopium and just these people are finally just like, enough is enough, right? So Tommy, are you still with us, babe?
I'm here.
Okay. And where you're from, they never cared from the beginning, really, right? I mean,
no one here really cares about anything. I mean, this is South Carolina. If we started the Civil War, they want to start another one, it'll begin here again.
There you go.
And that's partially what the problem is that, not the problem, but they're gonna push it to where the people that don't want to take it, like right now, I know they're making it, at least here in Michigan or across the board, where if you don't believe this thing is real, and all these categories, that you're mentally ill. So once they do that, then
go
that
ahead
means
and let them deem us that. I don't. At this point, I don't care. It's like, bring it on. If you're gonna bring that on, bring it on.
Well, that means that they come door to door. That means they come door to door.
You know what? We still have some sort of rights in this country. We have some sort of rights in this country. It's back to what we were watching before. How you with the mandates and this and that. It's like, get your laws or educate yourself. Educate yourself. Because if these things do come, and they most likely will, or they won't, or whatever, but we'll be prepared, and people are getting really prepared for it. It's like, I'm at the point where it's like, get to the point. You know what I mean? Like, get to it. If you're gonna do it, fucking do it and see what happens. They're already, with this bill, the HR 127, already talking about taking people, they're literally gonna take people's guns away.
Yep.
More than I'm sure more than 70% of America is gonna say, go ahead and try. You go ahead and try.
That's what they want. That's what they want.
Bring it on. What? Something needs to change anyway. I want something to happen. Everybody's just been sitting here like, saying this is gonna, this and this and that. If they want this civil war, or if they want some kind of uproar within the citizens of America, and they want us to be against what they're doing, then bring it on, because I think most of us now from the last year are ready for something to happen. Why aren't these people in jail? Why are we going backwards again? Why is this asshole that nobody elected is now sitting in the White House? Why is any of this happening? Why is nobody in jail? I think more people are pissed at this point.
Yes.
And they're ready for it.
No. Can I do the devil's advocate on that one? Okay. And I don't like to, because this is something that I do not want to see happening. But this is what I see coming down the line. So they just opened up all those states saying they're not going to do it and stuff like that. So now you have that, and let's go back to how we're talking about the Civil War. Now, if that happens, it's not really a civil war. It's a war against us and them. Now, they have suppression weapons that I've been watching them pump in and out of my town for the last 5 years. Literally loading everything up. Suppression weapons, Humvees, tanks. I was trying to figure out why, at that time. Now I know why. Now the suppression vehicles, weapons, that's another ball game, guys. That's one that all they got to do is beam it at your house and everybody's dropping. And even if you were loaded, ready to defend yourself, you're done.
I'm not going to sit in fear. Bring it.
No, I agree.
Bring it.
We got to fight back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that what's going to happen is, people are going to fight back, and I'm just saying some people don't realize how bloody this could get. And I'm just putting that out there.
No war or revolution has ever been a peaceful revolution. It's never going to happen. But if we're going to do something about it, we got to do something about it now. We can't keep waiting for somebody to save the world or whatever it is. It's time to stand up and do something about it, That's why, one of the shows that we really want to do is a prepping show, which I think would be a really good show, and I think that should be our next show. We'll talk about it off live stream, but we need to start really discussing these things, because if these things are really in play and these things are really happening, which I do get, I get fearful because I have a young daughter, but I also know that I'm ready to fight and die for her, and I'm ready to fight and die for all the people I care about. And so let's just get this fucking show over with already.
Not
I'm
off stream.
I'm waiting.
Not off stream on DLive or Twitch. So people, please, we can speak our minds over there. We already got stuff going there, but we only use that to put videos and restream this stuff. But soon we're going to be moving there or other places. Now we can speak our minds there right now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get people to move over there now, so that we can start speaking our minds and getting our point of views across, and everybody's point of view, because we also use the chat. We also use the comments, which we hardly ever get. Please leave comments. That helps out with the algorithms, everything else. And it gives us a piece of what you guys are thinking. And, that's a big, big help, because we all need to work together. We all need to be stepping up in our communities. This guy.
YouTube's a fucking cesspool. Sorry, I'm gonna say it. We might get striked for that again, but I don't care. I'm done. I'm done with this having to tiptoe around their regulations and guidelines. F you.
Yep. No, I agree. And we're still tiptoeing right now, even though we spent that. We're still trying to tiptoe. And I'm telling everybody, especially when we go on to that Thathel's channel, I'm going to go ahead and say the same thing. And maybe we should play a couple clips from here and have them go there. Go here, listen to this.
What we're going to do is we're going to start streaming about 15 to 20 minutes of the show on this on YouTube. And then we're going to cut it off and we're going to go straight over to the other platforms. So if you love our channel and you like what we're doing and you support us, then please switch over there, because that's what we're going to have to start doing. We'll start getting the party started over here for a minute, and then once we can go over to the other places, then we can really start freely talking normally, like normal people. I'm sick of Big Brother telling me what to do. I know
Yep,
a lot of you guys are
exactly.
too. So please go sub those channels. Please go sub those channels. Let's go into our second music break, you guys, real quick. I gotta pee like a racehorse. I know,
You gotta
TMI. TMI. I know, TMI. I know.
You gotta race like a Russian piss horse.
It's like, what's the saying? My eyes are turning yellow and my teeth are floating in the back of my head.
Yep,
It's one of
yep,
those things.
yep.
But yeah, we'll do that. We'll go into our music break, and then we're gonna run a couple plugs for some upcoming events that are coming up soon that I know Tommy's excited about. I'm sad that I can't go, but it's gonna be a really good time. So we'll be right back.
Let's make this easy. Where are the glasses? Where are the glasses?
I'm walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise, yeah. Walking through this fake paradise. Let me in the middle room as I jump in here. I gotta go soon, so I make it clear. Coming up to the final frontier. Babylon pushing on all of that fear. So let's get a hold of what we got here. Everybody gather round, cause I got an idea. And maybe bold and nobody's clear. The zombie nation is approaching here. Hey, I'm walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise, yeah. Walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise. Walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise, yeah. Walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise. As I'm walking through, everything that I say and everything I do, it's got to be real and got to be true. So I open up my soul and give it to you with a little bit of vibe that I make for you. It's fine the way that we do. We got a baseline that will make you move. Come on, it's time that you join our crew. Hey, I will always hear what you say. I will never stand in your way. I can always tell if you're wise. I can see your soul with my third eye, right? I don't need to hear what they say. I'm not in those games that they play. I can always see through the lies. I can see the world through my third eye, right? Sometimes I'm feeling so tempted to let myself be misdirected by all the lies of what them say. I just listen to my soul. I listen to my soul. I'm walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise, yeah. Walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise. Walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise, yeah. Walking through this fake paradise, a fake paradise. I will always hear what you say. I will never stand in your way. I can always tell if you're wise. I can see your soul with my third eye, right?
And we are back. I think we lost We lost Tommy. Poor guy. He works so much. He's probably passed out, and I do not blame him. I do not blame him one bit.
I was listening to part of that song, and I started looking at it, and how do I say this? When they started talking about the third eye, in a way that bothers me. This is why. The whole Tesla owner, okay? I don't want to say anything, just because. I don't even like saying BG anymore.
Yeah.
Because it might set things off. So
here, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So when they start talking about the third eye, that reminds me of the technology that he's trying to come up with to put right in our heads. And even though we do have that third eye that gives us our senses, that we always talk about, hey, I can see things like, we have the mask sorry, damn it. I meant to say glasses. That's really what I meant to say. We wear those glasses all the time now. Once you woke up to the truth, we see it all over the place. And it's just that we already see it, and he's right. We do see it through our what you would call our third eye, but that kind of goes into the new world. Not begins with an O, but that's the way the way that
the crap knew something.
Yeah.
The bullshit knew something. The great reject.
A lot of people are now turning into this whole thing where it's the third eye, and it's how do you say it? They're turning into, I don't know how to say this. It's they're literally embracing something that they're not sure of. What I mean by that is, yes, I believe that there is something else that triggers things in our brain and stuff like that. Call it a third eye, call it what you want. But that third eye is starting to relate to Mr. Tesla's new technology, something linked. I don't want to say it. And where is that supposedly going? Right here, right in the center. That's where they want to put it. Right where your supposed third eye is. So are they trying to embed something over that so that they can control every aspect of what's going on? So I mean, that's what caught me by watching that video. And it kind of, like, I see things normally different than most. Even here, there's times where, like, I was talking about all this stuff in 2015. There's people that are in the chat that have been following me for a long time. Even the one, there's a lot that are not watching, or they're watching but not posting. And they heard about me talking about this stuff starting to happen 5 years ago, saying it's coming within 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, I think we got more time than that. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, from what I hear from my doctors, what I hear from military people in my family, from what I hear from even the CD.
What you consider to be actual, like, intelligent people that know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
These things are a possibility. These things are what we need to be prepared for, and that's why I think we should definitely do a show on being prepared. I think that should be our next show for sure.
Let me say something on this, and I took a drastic move that most people here are going to think is drastic, but once I'm done talking, you're going to agree with me. I had all my teeth removed in the last, say, 6 to 9 months. Now, on the flip side of that one, I did get into a car accident, and it ruined a lot of my teeth, and they started going bad. Now, I had a talk with my dentist, and he tells me about a year ago, year and a half ago. He's like, you're gonna want to have all these removed for what's coming. And this was when the whole thing took off in China. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got it right, and I hope I did. Okay, so as soon as these things started going off, I started talking with him on it, and he made a comment to me one day saying, when I went in to go get reviewed or just he was checking me over, making sure everything was okay, and he really did this, and he didn't charge me. He really did this for the conversation. He said, I really just wanted to have another conversation with you. And he goes, I'm not charging you for this. I'm not charging, your insurance, nothing. He said, I just wanted another conversation with you. And I could not do it off. I had to make it look right. He couldn't do it. He couldn't meet up with me because everything's being tracked. He couldn't do, you know what I mean? So he had to make it look right.
Yeah.
And then that's when he told me. He said, things are about to change. And we went over a lot of things. And then I hadn't seen him in 6 months. So then I go back 6 months later, and this was about 6 to 9 months ago. And he asked me, because I started having problems with teeth. Yeah, I believe that too, Rose, with Booming. But I came back, and he said, have you thought about what I talked about? And I said, yes, a lot. And I said, this goes in with what me and you have been talking about. Not me and you, me and him. And I said, I have talked with a lot of people online also. And he said, well, you might want to tell them this. And he started going over it again with me. And at that point, that's when he pointed out, and I said, yeah, because all my teeth were cracked. I got into a car accident, and it literally broke all my teeth. I got slammed from side to side, left to right, front to back. It was just bad. So, correct. So, I ended up having the rest of my top teeth removed all in one go. And I knew this was from God because I was told that I was going to be going through some extreme pain and everything else. Well, I didn't. I had no pain at all. None. Not no bit of pain, and I could eat afterwards. Well, I waited a few days, but there was, like I said, no pain. Okay, so then I waited 3 months and went back in, and he's like, so are you ready? I'm like, yep, pull the rest. But the bottom. And he's like, well, that's 7. Do you want to do it, break it up into, 3 and 4 or, whatever?
Just fucking take the shit out now, man. I'm here.
No, exactly. I'm like, let's get it done. He goes, that's what I thought you were going to say. No, he was being actually cool about it. He really was. He gave me really good prices and everything else.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, the last check I gave him, or the money I did on the card, he canceled it. So he gave me the last one for free.
That's
right,
cool.
Exactly.
Thanks,
so, exactly. He helped me out in many ways. Now, this is why it helped us out, okay? Now,
say, when are you getting to the point where he was like spitting some truth at you? Come on.
Yep.
I'm waiting.
Now, this is when it all comes into play. Now, when this thing happens to where we can't buy, sell, trade, or travel, how do you get teeth work done? How do you get these? If you get migraines or you have diabetes and you decide not to take the bug
when
juice.
you make sure that you grow some cocoa plants.
Just kidding. Exactly. No. I get you. At this point, I've already told people.
They did it in the old school ways where they put something behind your between your mouth and your tongue and your gums, and they just knocked that shit out. They just pulled it out. I mean, these are the days where there was no such thing as anesthesia and
they gave you
numbing.
Whiskey. They gave you whiskey.
You take a shot of whiskey and you chew on some cocoa bark and you shut the fuck up and you get it done.
Yep.
I mean,
see,
pain tolerance. That's the thing with people now. This generation of sissy lalas, these pippy twats is what I like to call them. They're fucking like so sensitive to everything when it's like you know what? Get over yourself. In my day, we'd fucking fall down. We'd skin a knee. We'd get back up. And we'd get back on our skateboards or our bikes or whatever we were doing. You get up in that tree. You fall out of the tree. You break a finger or a wrist or maybe your arm. But guess what? You couldn't wait to get that cast off so you can get back up in that tree and do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Pain tolerance is, yeah. No pain, no gain.
Yep, exactly. So I had them removed, and then we were also having a chat, and he points out, he's like, you want to let everybody you know, and that's why I came on 6 to 9 months ago telling everybody, if you need teeth work, get them done now. Get everything you can done now, especially if you're not taking the bug juice. If you're not taking it, then that means there's certain things you're not going to be able to do. So I came on and explained my story, because I know what's going to happen when it comes down to it, where some people aren't going to take the bug juice, and then they are to start to have problems, and then they are going to take the bug juice to get rid of the problem.
Well, that's the pharmaceutical company right there
Yes.
in a nutshell.
Yep.
It's like you have a problem, they're going to mask it with more problems. Like I have a friend over here that just got her gallbladder removed. And she's in severe pain. This is like a week and a half after her surgery. And of course, what did they give her for the pain? Oxycodone, right? Or Vicodin.
Right,
all that
right.
shit, right? Which
Yep,
is
yep.
a big ordeal in the United States as far as addiction to pills go. But they're still perfectly fine, and they still pump them out. You know what I made her take? An edible. She passed out.
Exactly.
She felt better. You know? Like, what is the problem here? But I was on my train of thought and I totally lost it. Damn it. But oh shit, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But yes,
You're good.
No, it's like, what are we gonna do? I think what we're gonna do is what our human nature is going to pump. It's gonna start reflecting on us. We're gonna start using that natural instinct as a human being to survive, and we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay because humans can adapt to anything and everything. That's why we were brought here, to experience this life, to adapt to it, to go through the hardships. I mean, I know that, even when I was younger and I had my heart broken, or when I didn't know where I was going to live the next, week or whatever, when you feel like your world is completely ended, it's really not. It's really not. Because guess what? Tomorrow's a new day and it's going to be okay.
Yep.
It's gonna be fine. All right, you guys. Where are we? Where are we in time? We're just going for a minute. We can do.
I was taking up Tommy's time there. It's okay.
I know you were totally. Tommy's sleeping. Yeah, but what I wanted to say in the chat though, really quick, is we are gonna start doing more constructive or more put together shows where we're talking about one topic. We have a few in line coming up soon. More structured topics is what I wanted to say. Of really,
instead of bouncing around.
Yeah,
I got you. Yep.
Yeah, I know that we've been kind of just all over the place and just kind of all over the place because that's what we do. I mean, this is the random
but
chit-chat show.
people like that.
I know.
People like that.
I know, and that's how my brain works. So it's okay, and we bounce off each other, which I love. But we're gonna have some more structured shows on certain topics coming up in the future, very soon. So, I think we're on an hour and 25. I posted the DLive link, or not the DLive. I'm sorry, the Discord link in the chat. If you haven't gone over there and started hanging out with us over on DLive or Discord, I did it again. Please do, because Discord's pretty cool. We have after show chats. We post a bunch of links. There's a bunch of channels in there where you can just come on and speak your mind. We have Meme City. We have all the stuff. We have all the stuff over there. So go ahead and do that. Hit that link.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and post it again, just in case you guys missed it.
And most of the time, one of us, if not all of us,
there you go,
are usually there after the fact.
We're always there.
To talk about what's going on and everything else. And yes, sometimes we're always there. There's usually somebody there throughout the day, but I've noticed that there's a majority of people that don't come on and talk. So
yeah, don't be shy.
That's the whole point. There is jump on. But
I am sad that Tommy's not here to see this, but this is a video that's plugging what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks over in the South Kakalaki area in Greenville. They are having a huge festival over there with a bunch of amazing people, awakened people, and I just muted myself there. So I want to just give a little shout out real quick. And this is a promotional video that Karen B put together, and it's really good, and I like it. So let's watch it real quick.
Do what you gotta do.
Join us for the Solar Return Celebration, March 26th and 27th, 2021, in Greenville, South Carolina, at the Shrine Event Center, the same location as Flattoberfest 2020. This is a celebration and gathering of the creative beauty that flows from the love of truth. There will be live music, art, and interactive multimedia presentations. Performing live will be Chief Crow and the Flat Earthworms, Jason Lindgren of Secrets of Saturn, meet and hang out with Media Bear, and back by popular demand, How the World Works interactive exhibit with Cami Nodell and Zach Zabala, featuring art by Watson Atkinson. Also performing live are One Big Love, Christian Knapp. Something different you can do is participate in a group biofilled sound therapy session with Carla from ancestralriver.com. Come and charge your electromagnetic field. Maybe you can even print your own t-shirt. And our very own Dr. Law will be cooking stir-fry both days. Friday at the park on the 26th, and then also the 27th at the Shrine Event Center, along with the whole South Kakalaki crew. We had a blast at Flattoberfest, and we are looking forward to seeing everybody again March 26th and 27th, 2021 in Greenville, South Carolina.
There you go. There you go, my friends. I posted the link in the chat. If you are in the areas, you should check it out. I went to the Flattoberfest last year, and it was a blast. I had a blast. It was not what I expected. I was super nervous because I was just nervous. You know, you get nervous. You know? You're like, oh, shit, man. I follow these guys on YouTube. I've watched these people. I've been watching. What the hell? And then they're right in front of you. You're like, you're a normal person.
Just throw that nervousness away. Just,
right. And as soon as I got there,
because that's what they are.
Yeah, as soon as I got there, I was like, oh shit, I'm so stupid. I'm like, oh, you know, I watch these guys, and then all of a sudden I was like, you're totally just on my level, and I love it. And it was a maskless event, and this one's gonna be a maskless event as well, obviously. But yeah, it was fun. So if you are in the area, go check out Karen B's channel and sub to her and get the updates on that, because it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. I'm jealous. I'm mad. I wish we can go. Oh, Brian, we should just rent a Winnebago, and I'll come pick.
Right.
I'll rent one over here, and I'll pack all my people over here, and then I'll just come pick you and Misty up, and we'll just go. We'll just show up. Oh my God, that's an idea.
Normally I stay away from those things, but I'm willing to tiptoe into those. Just saying.
I'm saying if we just rent a Winnebago, and we'll just do a little road trip.
I'll go with you. Okay.
You know,
you got me.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Because flying is a piece of shit right now. You don't want to fly. You don't want to go to any airport or do any of those things because they just suck. But driving, that's still a thing. Road trips are fun too. I like road trips.
Well, that's one reason why I'm not playing poker or baccarat anymore. Is because of the whole plane thing. And
don't want to fly. Flying sucks.
No,
good
exactly.
Night, Truth Exposed. Have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Have a good night, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I know. All right, we are going on way past our. We always do the hour and a half, no matter what. Even though sometimes we say we have like late, whatever shows. But, anyways, I'm getting tired. My eyes are starting to do the heavy thing. I love you, Brian. I love you so much. I love you, Tommy. I know you're sleeping hard right now, but I love you guys so much for being my awesome hostess with the mostest, because you guys are. Everybody in chat, you guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out over here tonight with us. We will be back when we are back. Like I said, we're going to do more of a scheduled program. We're going to have more of a, scheduled kind of like consistent, we're going to start talking about some real shit, not just the random stuff anymore. We got to up our game, and we're going to. So,
yep.
But you guys are the best.
We're slowly getting better music, getting everything tied together.
Yeah.
All of us are trying to get on the same schedules. And on top of that, I just want to throw in there, please join the Discord.
The DLive and the Discord.
The DLive, well, DLive definitely, but Discord, so that we can have this, we can continue this conversation, or better ones that we can get into on Discord after the fact.
Yeah.
That's like our after party. We go there and we chat there. Yep.
Yeah. So I posted the link in the chat a couple times. You guys go hang out. Come hang out with us.
Don't make me hang out by myself.
Which happens often because I'm always in bed so early. But no, I'm just kidding. There are times where we're all in there and we're just. The after show party is, the conversations are better than the show itself. So.
Yeah. Oh, I meant that basically for the chat.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like,
Hey,
don't
chat.
make me hang out by myself.
Hey,
Come
chat.
on in.
Hey, chat.
And let's talk.
Hit. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
All right. Love you guys. We will catch you on the next one. If Tommy was here, he'd be all about it. Catch you on the flat side. Brian?
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Truth.
Much love, everybody.
Fraud, can't believe my eyes. They're trying to build a division. They want to cloud your vision. I see a hidden agenda. Something is missing. I don't trust the government. The world is twisted. It's a hoax. I see the great. They do the most. They want to manipulate.